are again with one of our friends here in Expresso Radionica, Marc Rizzo. It's a pleasure to have you here again, Marc, in Bogota, Colombia, for 8 cities in Radionica Public Radio.
Yeah, mucho gracias. It's good to be here again. Good to see you, Andres.
Same, man. It's glad to see you again. And let's start from the beginning. The last time we spoke, you were part of Soulfly, Cavalera conspiracy, but you are not anymore. We already found out what's happening, but I would like you to start saying to my listeners what's going on. Because you are a very good person, man. I know myself. You are my friend, my personal friend. And if when I found out that you were out of Soulfly and out of the Cavalera gang, I say, hey, something went wrong there. So let us know first of all what's happening.
Yeah, it was a lot of different things. I think a lot of people can already draw their conclusions, from the history of the band. But basically, I've talked about it a lot. I've moved on, but basically, during the pandemic, just the right thing wasn't done towards band members. So I just decided it was time for me to leave. I wanted to leave for a long time anyway. I clearly, obviously, the fans know clearly I was doing a lot of writing. I was doing a lot of the playing live, and it just was time for me to move on and get the credit that I deserve and to concentrate on my solo project, my new band Revenge Beast, and then Il Niño actually before I left Soulfly. Il Niño was in contact with me, about doing reunion stuff. So it was time to do it. And I'm glad I did. I made a good decision and I'm in a way better place right now in my life. So I'm very excited now for the future.
Totally, man. I'm agree with you, and I'm happy that you're that everything is done. What is happening is happening, and now you have plenty of things to do. And you already did, man. You have plenty albums like solo albums in El Nino. You work for Misfits. And you did like clinics, special appearances, so it's not hard for you to find another way. So that's my first question. um, you have so many ways to take right now, and after the experience being like a studio musician from a band like Soulfly, maybe you have to think twice to do that again. Maybe you have to find out yourself doing your solo career. Maybe you want to come back with El Nino and do this and that. What do you have in mind, man? Because you are a genius, man. You are the best guitar players in our hearts and in the metal scene, man. Totally.
Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, my solo project has always been very, very important to me. I love instrumental guitar music. That's just my honest opinion is just that that style of music is what I've always really loved. So it was always my plan to just go off and do my own thing. I don't like to use the word solo, because it's not like a thing where it's all about me. It's just I love instrumental guitar music. So guys like Joe Satriani, Yngwie Malmsteen, stuff like that is really what where my heart is at. So I've always had plans from day one, to always just do that. And then over the years, I always got asked to be in bands, but honestly, I really always just wanted to do like Joe Satriani style of music, Yngwie Malmsteen, and do instrumental guitar. So now I'm really doing that. I'm concentrating on that. Obviously, El Nino asked me to come back, and we all hung out and talked about a lot of stuff. So I'm excited to do that too. I'm leaving for Europe tomorrow. With El Nino, we're doing Wacken Festival, Bloodstock, and the fans have been super excited for my return. So that's a very positive, cool thing too. So between both projects, I'm super busy, and then I got my Revenge Beast project, which is something that I've always loved, just straight up death metal. So I'm doing that with Revenge Beast, where we're just trying to be, straight up old school death metal. So between those three projects, I'm super busy, and that's going to keep me very, very satisfied and busy. So
You see, as I told you, man, I knew it that you were gonna have an answer like the one you already gave me. So let's go one by one. As a solo project, man. As you say, I interviewed Joe Satriani a few months ago, and
nice.
I told him something that I'm going to tell you. You know, it's the perfect moment for a guitar player album in this time. Joe did it, Steve Vai did it, the Black Label Society did it. I mean, all the great guitar players are doing it, and besides that, the new generations, you know, like Animals of Leaders, like
Yeah,
Policia, there is a plenty.
sure.
I mean, the rainbow of the guitar right now in the 2020s is so big. So, what do you want to tell us about how you feel yourself in this precise time that everything happened, and you are like blessed? I mean, this is the perfect timing.
Yeah, it really is. Again, I love instrumental guitar music and all those bands you mentioned. I'm a big fan of, and like you said, this is a great era for instrumental guitar. You know, Animals as Leaders is huge right now, and they're incredible. So it's a great era. So I think it was good timing that I decided to just go off and do my own thing. Which is again what I always wanted to just do. And I'm very influenced by all these tours that are out there, like Generation Axe, which is with Inve and Zach Wild and Tosin Abasi, Nuno Betancourt, the G3, you know. So that yes, there is a market for it. There is a fan base for instrumental guitar music. And I'm going for it. You know, that's really what I love, and my passion for that style of music is really has always been something that I've always loved.
Are you already working on it in this album that we are mentioning?
Yes. I've been releasing singles. I already put out 2 new singles off my new solo record, more acoustic based. I have another one coming out actually on the 5th, August 5th. It's dropping on my YouTube channel. So everybody get over to my YouTube channel and subscribe, because that's really where I drop all my new songs. And then after this El Nino tour, I plan on getting in the studio and start recording more of the heavy stuff for my newest instrumental record. And I think I'm going to definitely have some vocals on it too. I haven't decided yet,
All
but
right.
I want to have some guest vocalists.
And what about guest guitar players?
Sure. Yeah. I definitely got to get some people on, you know. Hopefully I'll get my good friend Tom Abella, you know, from Bogota, man. He's a
Excellent, yeah.
shredder. Yeah. So all my friends that are shredders, I definitely would love to have them do guest solos on my record.
Well, your last solo album was great, man. Every solo album you do is getting better than better, and the rotation for me was one of the best. So it's something hard for you. You know, you have to beat that album.
Thank you. Rotation was a record that it's been like I recorded it like 10 years ago. So I can't wait to record something new and do something better.
All
But
right,
I'm very proud of the Rotation record. I did that with
it's great.
the
It's a
producers.
great album.
Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorites, and I got to work with Zeus, who's one of my favorite producers.
And you were pretty busy, you know, with Cavalera, with Soulfly. So we understand why it took so long. But now it's your revenge, brother. So it's time to do your best solo album in the history of Marc Rizzo.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, I think a lot of people when my new solo record drops, I think a lot of people are going to understand where I'm going, where I was coming from, what I brought to those bands, you know, and it's definitely going to be exciting when it comes out.
Okay, let's talk about El Nino.
Yeah.
And you tomorrow you're leaving to Europe. You know, I was going to ask you that because I read the cartel, and I saw it there, and I say, hey, Mark's not to be there. So when you get in contact with them, and it's a great news, man, that you're coming back with El Nino.
Yeah, you know, a lot of the fans are very excited, which is cool. It's cool that there's, you know, an excitement for that. You know, when I left Soulfly, you know, there were fans that were upset, but I think everyone understood it. I think everyone knew what was going on in that band, you know, from the live performance, and I think everyone understood, you know. And then when it was announced that I was going to come back to El Nino, all of a sudden everybody was way more excited about my return, you know. So that was really cool for me to get that positive feedback from the fans. But basically, you know, during the pandemic, I these guys were hitting me up, you know, asking how I was doing, you know, like Dave Shivari, Laz, Pina,
See,
you know, they were hitting me up.
the way it must be, you know.
Yeah, you know, whereas Soulfly I had no contact basically with for the
That's
whole year
right.
at all, not even like a hello or how you doing, basically.
Right,
You know, El
right.
Niño was writing me and being like, hey man, how are you? Are you doing good? How, you know, how's everything going? And you know, we all were hurting, you know, obviously. And Dave Shivari had the idea of, hey, what, let's do a live uh video of a reunion of us with all original members except for, like, you know, some people. And we did it here in New Jersey where I live. It generated some money for everybody, which I thought was very thoughtful of the guys to be thinking of me, and everyone to think of ways, hey, how can we do a concert and generate money from a studio, since we couldn't tour and play concerts at that time. So last year we all met up and we did this big reunion show. We sold tickets for it, and it went great. And it was really exciting to do it. You know, it was like a whole new band. We had our new singer Marcos singing, who I'm a big fan of Marcos's vocal style, and I'm good friends with him. I've known him for a long time. And everything just was going like really good, man. And the positivity and from doing that live feed, that turned into me rejoining the band. You know, I had a lot of thinking to do about what I wanted to do with my life, and who was there for me, who wasn't there for me, looking out as a friend. So that's basically how it happened. And a year later, Il Nino, we went into the studio, started working on our new record, and then we hit the road. We did our first road in America. We did the with Drowning Pool and Il Nino, and we did a full American tour for a month, and it went amazing. It was awesome. So again, I think it was a great decision, and all the fans agree.
Wow, Mark, I didn't know it. That's why I did this interview. That's great to hear that you already did a new album with them, a tour with the Downing Pool. That's great, man. You are not kidding. You're not wasting your time.
Yeah, and we were in Europe. We did a bunch of festivals. We did Hellfest with Metallica. We did a bunch of headlining dates with Five Finger Death Punch last month. And now tomorrow I'm flying back to Europe. We're doing Wacken Festival, Bloodstock, and a bunch of other festivals. So, you know, people are really taking notice of this new version of Il Nino and my return. And we're getting a lot of big offers for big tours and big festivals. So it's really exciting, man. Really exciting times.
Okay, let's talk about revenge. You know that people here in Colombia love the heavy stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty curious about it.
Yeah, so my new band Revenge Beast, we're getting ready to drop our new record on Upstate Records, which is a hardcore metalcore record label out of
Right.
New York State, good friends of ours. And Revenge Beast was again, it was a project that we started, friends of mine that are from the city of Baltimore. And during the pandemic, these were friends of mine that were just hitting me up, writing me, saying, you know, calling, writing, hey man, how are you? You know, we all know times are tough. You know, just checking in, being cool, being a friend, talking, calling, and saying hello. Um, and from that turned into Revenge Beast, and we were like, hey, let's start sending ideas back and forth from home. So we basically recorded a whole record from everybody's house. I did my guitars here at home. Our drummer Doug did his stuff at down by his house, and everybody else in the band did parts down by them. And that's what started Revenge Beast, you know. So again, it was another positive um thing that we started out of the pandemic, you know, of just being home, which was really cool again, because you know I that was not happening at all with Soulfly. You know, I mean, for the whole year went by, we didn't do any sort of talking about doing a new record, and do any recording from home or a studio or something. So Revenge Beast was again a project where it was like, hey man, you know, let's turn all this frustration into music, and that's what we did. And Revenge Beast, I'm telling you, man, people are gonna love it. It's the heaviest thing I've ever done. We're just, it's straight up heavy old school death metal, like Obituary, Suffocation style,
Wow,
Morbid
great.
Angel. And I'm super excited. My singer Jay is amazing. He's got one of the heaviest death metal voices ever, and he writes some of the coolest lyrics I've ever read. You know, that's the cool thing, is that he really puts a lot of time and energy and thought into his lyric writing. So it's great. I'm really excited for this project.
Wow, man, that's great to hear you. So you have three different directions, you know, the solo as a guitar hero as you are, El Nino that we already know the career and everything, and Revenge Beast, man, that it is going to be a blast to have that band right here in Bogota.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we'll get down there, man. Do Rock El Parque.
That's right. That's gonna be a great idea to
Yeah.
bring Revenge Beast to Rockall Park. Let's talk about now about the you as a person. Besides doing the guitar, are you involved in writing any other stuff or any other project that you have in mind that maybe you are forgetting to tell us?
Yeah. Also, I have a project with my good friend Tony Campos from Static X.
All right,
Tony, my
Tony is the
yeah,
best.
yeah, Tony's amazing. So he's out on tour right now with Static X. They're doing their reunion also.
Yeah.
I just saw him the other day. And we got this project called Hail the Horns. We released like 2 songs, I think, that are up on iTunes and YouTube. It's just a fun project. Originally it started off as just us going out playing cover songs, Slayer, Metallica, Megadeth, and classic thrash metal. But it's turned into an original project, and Tony's singing in it. He's got an incredible voice, and we plan on doing more shows. We're definitely going to play a lot of Soulfly songs from the records that me and Tony were part of. So it's just a matter of our schedules working. He's so busy with Static X right now, and what I'm so busy doing my thing. But when we have time again, we're going to meet up, and we're going to probably do some more concerts real soon.
Wow, man, what another great news. I knew it that you had something in your deck, and I love it. Besides, if it's Tony Campos, maybe it's going to sound a little industrial, huh?
It's definitely got more of a thrash metal
All
vibe,
right,
kind of, but it's yeah,
cool.
definitely like maybe an early prong. You know,
All right,
it's got like that kind of crossover thrash metal.
I got you.
There's definitely
Prong
some riffs on there that are similar to like old Static X, and prong.
killer. I love it, man. Yeah, pre in industrial metal in the early stages. I love it. I hear that Prong is going to come to Colombia in a few months. I didn't know that Tommy Victor is reactivating Prong.
Yeah, Tommy's a super talented guy, good friend of mine, man. That dude's amazing. So if they're coming down to Bogota, man, make sure you guys all get out to the show because Prong's
Mhm.
incredible.
I never say them, man. I'm going for sure.
Yeah, they're great.
Okay, Mark. What do you want to tell to my listeners that they've been following you, and I'm glad that I have you here in this interview because, as you said, some of them think that you quit Soulfly and you were like the bad guy of the story, but it's not like that.
Mhm.
I already help you in on the microphone, trying to explain to my listeners the situation. But
Mhm.
I would like you to tell them, how you feel and what do you want to tell to my kids, to the old guys that we've been following you and we love you, man.
Yeah, just it's the story's been out there, it is what it is, man. It's not it's there's a lot of drama that goes in that band. Obviously, everybody knows the history. Whatever. I'm grateful for the years that were good. I lasted longer than anybody. And I had to make a decision for me and my life, and my mental sanity, So I think everybody knows, people have met me. You guys, you know who I am, you know the deal. So it is what it is. It's in the past, and I'm very happy to move on and do better things in my life. And listen, I think all these new records I got coming out, people are gonna clearly see the music's gonna do the talking. So that's that.
That's right, and we have to be alert because any of the way you're going to take, we're going to receive it with love and respect. That's what you deserve, brother. I'm pretty mad with Max and Gloria and what they did after all those years. But hey, man, we are not all alike, so no problem. Anything you're gonna do, your solo project, El Niño, the revenge beast, hey brother, we'll be alert, and anything I can do for you, the radio station, the
Thank
microphones are open and you're always very welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, and a big thank you to all the fans, because it's been since this all went down and happened, it's been nothing but love from all the fans. All the fans for the most part have had my back, and it's really doesn't even need to be explained. I think everybody understands exactly what was going on. And big thank you to all the fans, and they all had my back, and I got their back too. So
Okay, brother, thanks for your time. I appreciate very much, and I know you're very busy. You are leaving to Europe tomorrow, so thanks for your time. Thanks
thank
for
you.
to inform all your steps, and like I tell you, man, you have all our support.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love Colombia, and I can't wait to come back and play some concerts.
Right, brother. Keep rocking. See you soon here.
All right, Andres. Thank you very much. Have a great one.
Have a great one.
All right, man. Peace.
Great, bro.